Moving on to our final segment, we have week four match day preview, where we talk about week four's matchups and our predictions for them. Hey, first up, we have the Outlaws versus the Spartans.
Boy, boy. Uh, where do you start from? Where do you start from? For me, the two most mature teams in the league, not talking about age, we're talking about discipline. For me, the
Yep,
two most
yep.
mature teams in the league, discipline and playing style. These two teams, when they are playing, you hardly think of these two teams and you think of an off game, or you think of, oh, these people don't know, they don't really have, they don't know what they're doing. They always have a game plan that is usually executed to the T. Um, oh man, you have a championship team and you have a team that's rebuilding, that's potentially a championship team. You have a lot
Mhm.
of experience. You have a lot of young bloods. No pun intended. Um, bruh, I know it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. I'm just hoping defense isn't gonna make the game boring, but I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a good game. If I'm to predict this game score line, I'm gonna say the Outlaws have low-key played a game like this already. So I'm gonna call it 2022 to the Outlaws.
To the Outlaws.
Tough,
Ooh, okay,
tough, tough.
okay. Am I allowed to piggyback off what you say? Like, can I just quote you word for word?
So
Because in my mind as well, I'm thinking, yeah, both teams are mentally sound. They've got the skill, right? We've got one team that is clearly a championship team and only getting better as the season is progressing. And we've got one team, the other team, right, that is just like they're mentally sound as well, right? They're the team that on any given day you cannot count them out,
yeah,
right? But for me, it boils down to I don't know the specific player, but there's a specific play where the player this player knows and the team knows what I'm talking about. You gotta keep your feet in bounds. You are catching the ball. You gotta keep your feet in bounds. It happened last week. It happened this week. If it repeats itself next week, we know who's winning. If you can find your feet in bounds, my prediction is that Outlaws come away 18 to 15.
low scoring but efficient. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Moving on to the second matchup, we have the Mavericks versus the Giants. Bobby, what are you thinking?
The Mavericks have had a rest. The Mavericks are coming off two losses. The Mavericks are gonna
Yeah.
be angry, and the bull is gonna be raging. The Mavericks are gonna win this game, except the Echo Giants have something to say about it. Of course, also they are coming off two losses. Um, they had their bye week before this week. Yeah, but I think the Outdoors, the Mavericks are gonna have more to say here. They are gonna have more to say. But I think both teams will score. I think the Mavericks will edge it with a little bit of a gap. I could say it's gonna be 35 to 14 to the Mavericks.
Okay. That's a good one. I'm looking at I'm looking at the Mavericks' two previous matchups, right? Week one, you have the Lions, you're high scoring, they are higher scoring. Week two, you match up against the Titans, right? So back to back, you got two powerhouses. And then now you're coming to face the Giants, right? Tall in name, and we'll find out if they're tall in playing style as well, right? So for the Mavericks, I'm gonna say they're looking good, right? But with the Giants, here's the thing about the Giants that I've noticed, right? They're solid when they're catching the ball, They're solid when they're catching the ball, not so much when they're not. So my prediction is the Mavericks come away with this, but only if the Giants decide not to catch it. Scores, I'd have to say 25 to 15. 25 to 15.
Fair enough. We both have both teams scoring. Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. The third game, you're gonna like this one. It's a it's a battle of the L's, two L's. The Lions versus Liquid Sports Club. Bobby,
Yeah.
what are you thinking with this?
I mentioned how amazing the Lions have been both on offense and on defense. I think they carry that on into this game versus LSC. LSC still give us a game like they've been doing, having an amazing having good plays, having good moments in the game. Uh bruh. But the Lions though. I think the Lions, I think the Lions are gonna win this game. I think the game may go by fast because the Lions are quick.
Yep, yep, yep.
If you're looking at the score
Scores
35, 38, no, 38, 38, 38, 6, 38, 6.
38. How did you have the exact score that's in my mind? I'm not even joking here. The exact score that's in my mind. I have Liquid putting up numbers on the board, but ultimately the Lions come away with this for me. Right? The offensive explosion that they have is it's just too much to bear. But something I have noticed with Liquid is they are steadily improving. Right? It's
Absolutely.
like every game we've seen from the preseason up until now, it's like they've just gotten better and better and better. I would hate to be the team that faces them in week 8.
I wonder who that matchup is, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Moving on to the final matchup for week 4, we have the Titans versus the Wolverines.
Um,
Who,
um,
who,
it's a lot. It's a lot because the Wolverines are just coming off a loss, a painful loss. So they're going to be out for blood. But you
yeah,
see those Titans, though. You see those Titans, they can match you bar for bar, like mad. So that's the thing. That's the thing. It's gonna be difficult. Offensively, both teams sound. Defensively, we know we've spoken about the Titans, but every time the Titans have been shaky offensively, this defensively this season, offense has bailed them out. Wolverines, every time that they've been shaky defensively this season, which is once,
yeah.
their offense didn't step up. So it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky, man. I call I call a tie. 28-28. Yeah.
Okay, okay. The shock everywhere around me,
You
right?
didn't see that
It
one coming,
is
did you? You didn't
too
see
much to bear. A tie, a
that.
tie. Ooh, ooh. That is interesting. That is interesting because with the analysis that I've got going, right, you have the Titans in this week 3 that they played, right, where it's like they won, but they didn't win to the standard that they would like, right? They put up points on the board offensively, but defensively, there's leaks. You have the Wolverines who are coming off a loss against a rival. So you know they are bitter, right? You know they want to get their get back.
Very big.
And luckily or unluckily, however you choose to see it, the Titans that they face. If we take it a step back, we look at the preseason where the Titans faced the Wolverines. The Wolverines came out on top. Now, what a lot of people may or may not know, that is in part due to the lack of mental discipline by the Titans. That being said, that lack of mental discipline has gotten relatively better as the season has progressed. So the question that everybody should be thinking about is, are the Titans gonna show up mentally prepared for that game? I think yes. The question is, what do you think? What is the team thinking?
Yeah.
But for me, Titans win this game. It's gonna be it's gonna be high scoring, right? Whoever scores and gets out just stays out, right? It's not gonna be a tight game. It's not gonna be back and forth, do me and do you back to back. It's none of that. Whoever scores first gets out. For me, that's the Titans. So I'm gonna say 40 to 13. 40 to 13 in favor of the Titans.
Ooh. Oh, the Wolverines will not be happy with that. Oh,
We
okay.
welcome the
All right. Awesome. Awesome. That will be a fun watch.
yeah. All right. So with that, we've come to the end of the CFFL Season 3, Week 3 recap. This has been All About Mag, all sports, all the time. Catch you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Catch you guys next week. Please follow us on IG. That's where you're gonna see the minimum, the shorts of this clip. Subscribe to our YouTube, like our stuff. Just support us. We will really appreciate it. Thank you for watching this far. And yeah, see you later.